Hi guys, I am so excited about today's video. We're having twins and I'm going to tell you all about it. First of all, just in case you don't know me yet, my name is Freya. I'm 47 years old and we recently had an embryo transfer in the Czech Republic. We had donated embryos and yes, both of them stuck. Okay, so yesterday I went for my ultrasound. I was super nervous. I was so anxious. You know, on the one hand, I kept telling myself there were so many signs and like so many to where I thought there's no way this could have been wrong, that it's gotta be twins. And there were times, you know, when I was so nauseous, when I thought there's no way this is not going to be twins. And, you know, although I had a hunch and I, of course, looked at HCG numbers, but it's not anything like, you can't say because the HCG is high, it would be twins. It could be high, you know, having a singleton also. And all those things, they can mean twins, but they don't have to mean twins. And, so I went in and I was so anxious, and as I was sitting in the waiting room, I was the only one actually. I don't know why, I guess I was only the second one in and they didn't have a full waiting room. I just sat there for those 10-15 minutes while I was waiting, and I was just kind of rubbing my belly a little bit, and I just kept saying, you know, to the babies, and I'm like, I love you, I love you, I know you're there. Your mommy is gonna take care of you. Breathe deeply. And of course I had to wear the mask still. And I told myself, like, you know, don't stress. That's not a good thing. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna see 2 babies on there. And then I went in, and my doctor is actually really awesome. I'll tell you more about it. You know, he is just cool. I'm 47. So, you know, normally someone being 47 and, you know, turning out that it's twins, they'd be all like ringing all the alarms and saying, oh my goodness, high risk, everything. And like, we need to monitor you so closely. And they would just kind of tell you all the things they have, like you have to do it. But he was so cool. But first, let me tell you how, you know, I got in there, and I've known him for about 11 or 12 years, I think. So I knew him before my daughter. He was with me throughout the journey when I had my daughter. And of course that was all natural pregnancy, and you know, I had a home birth, everything was good. He knows me. He knows that I'm all into, you know, trusting my body and trying to, as long as there's medically no reason to intervene, to just let things go naturally. So he knows me. But he also knows that I'm not like a dummy, so I'm very much always asking his opinion, and like I want his recommendation, of course, and want to listen to him. So I sat on that chair, propped my legs up, and he went in, and I asked him, oh wait, I'm gonna film this, and by the way, I'm gonna insert. I did film it. I'm gonna show you the clip, and right away I saw the first baby, and I saw the 2 sacs immediately. I was 7 weeks, 3 days yesterday, so I'm so glad I waited. I would always wait again. I only took 1 single pregnancy test. Back then I didn't think anything of it. It was like, I don't know, I didn't have a comparison. It was a kind I used last year when I had my miscarriage, but then they were really strong too, and this time it was really strong positive also. But last year I had a blighted ovum, and it was still a very strong positive, and my HCG just went up like really high also. So just the positive pregnancy test, I didn't think anything of it. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm so excited. Like, I want to tell you everything that's going on in my mind. And so we saw the first heartbeat, and then he moved over and we saw the second heartbeat, and he said, yep, 2, you know, he said 2 eggs, 2 twins, both are alive. And I was like, oh. And then since it is in German, I'll tell you what I said, what the conversation was. I said, you know, when he said 2 babies, 2 heartbeats, everything's well, and I was like, oh, my daughter was right. And I told him, my daughter kept saying from the beginning, every day she touched my belly and she went like, okay, let me see my radar vision. And yeah, both babies are here. One moved over here in this corner and the other one is moving over there. So she always said that she believed very strongly that it's two. She knew it. And my doctor, he just couldn't get over the fact. He's like, what? She said that? She was like, she had that feeling from the beginning. I was like, yeah, we made a bet. And now I owe her 50 euros. I promised her she can get something like a toy for 50 euros if she's right. We had this bet going on. And so it was just, he couldn't get over the fact that she had that feeling the entire time. And so he didn't do a long ultrasound, which I love. He's always about very quickly just looking at what's relevant and then stopping the ultrasound, and then we can talk later. So after, I'll insert the clip here and you can watch the clip and then I'll go on talking.
Wird man sagen, wir schaffen die noch ab, gell? So. Alles sehen Sie, dass das lebt, ne?
Herzschlag sehe ich ja.
Das zweite auch da.
Meine Tochter hat recht gehabt.
Also beide leben, okay? Wer hat es gesagt, die Tochter?
Meine Tochter hat gewettet mit mir.
Echt?
Ja, sie hat von Anfang an jeden Tag gefühlt und sagt, ja, ja, es sind beide drin, es sind beide.
Das ist ja krass, oder? Echt? Hat sie gesagt?
Ja, sie hat.
Hey, das ist ja krass, oder?
Ja gut, wir haben ja zwei.
Ja, aber dass sie das so gesagt hat,
ich habe sie
das
jeden Tag
Feeling
gefragt, was sagt dein Radar? Und sie hat gesagt, auf jeden Fall zwei.
ist ja krass. Also, 2 Eier, 2 Zwillinge, zweimal Leben. Estimated 1. Februar.
Ja, das ist genau das, wie ich ausgerechnet habe.
Ich gehe mal wieder raus.
So, I mean, I almost cried because I was so happy. I did actually fully cry when I was in my car afterwards. I'm not someone who very easily cries, and you know, I stay composed very easily in front of others. But when I got into my car, I was like all breaking apart. I was like, I can't believe it. I'm gonna have twins. That's insane. Who would have thought? And I'm so confident right now. I mean, they measured right on time and 2 heartbeats. I think that is a huge hurdle already, and I'm just happy. So after the ultrasound, he asked me, you know, because he had heard from, you know, from the people who work at his office, because I had talked to them before, that I had been to my midwife, and then I want to do a lot of things, you know, a lot of the exams with my midwife. So he asked me, so what is it that you want to do? It's all up to you. And I told him, well, I just want to do whatever's best for me and the babies, because all that matters is that at the end, we're going to have a healthy me and 2 healthy babies. That's all that matters. Whatever I have to do to get there. So he recommended to go ahead and do like a monthly scan. But he said, you know, we're not, because I told him I don't need anything for my own ego. All I want is just to make sure everything's okay. And he said, it's a good idea to monitor like once a month, you know, for the next few months. And then, of course, toward the end, a little bit more closer together in time intervals, because wanting to make sure the placenta is in the right place and that there's no hemorrhages, like, you know, subchorionic hemorrhages or anything like that. Just wanting to make sure that if there's any indication of something not being perfectly okay, that we can intervene and maybe I could rest more or something like that, which I think totally makes sense, and I'm totally on board. So I told him, like, whatever, you know, we're going to do this. So we went ahead and scheduled a bunch of appointments. So now it's much more real. I have appointments up to December. And so, yeah, the estimated date of birth is right at the end of January, around the 31st or so, 30th, 31st. My daughter, actually, I remember, she always measured to where she was supposed to be born 6 days later than she actually was born. So, which tells you, you know, the measuring is like, it's important. So if it's really off and it doesn't really grow, then there could be something wrong, but it could always be 2 or 3 days ahead or behind, and that doesn't have to mean anything crazy. So my daughter apparently was behind a lot, but she just also was a very small baby when she was born. She was tiny. She was, you know, she was fully matured. She was only 6 days early, like, you know, before the time that she was supposed to be born, but she was totally healthy and mature, but she was very tiny. I was asked a lot, like, is she a preemie? I was like, no, she's like, everything's normal. Like 39 and a half weeks or something like that. And even the day she was born, I had no idea. Like hours before she was born, I had no idea. Like I went about my day and I did my work, and I started having contractions that were a little bit different, and they were like 5 minutes apart, and I was thinking, maybe this is it. And my midwife, because I had a home birth, she was actually at my house like at 3 p.m. that day my daughter was born, and she checked everything, my cervix and all, and she's like, nope, no action yet, so I'll see you next week for our maybe last exam probably. So we made an appointment for that next week. In a few hours I started going into labor, and then, you know, she was born quite quickly, and before midnight she was here. So just to say that, you know, it's all individual, and so even with twins, you know, it's not twin pregnancies, I just found out, are not exactly to be compared with singletons when it comes to like all the measurements and stuff. So I am very confident and I'm crazy excited. I'm also, like, in some ways, it's not like I'm scared, but I'm just like, whew, I want more information. So like I feel so ignorant right now, and I feel like I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. I knew that was a possibility, and I totally was aware that like twins might be happening, and you know, that I actually wished for it. But now that it's a reality, I'm like, okay, now I have no idea. Like, I'm glad that I've already had one child. So it's not like I know absolutely nothing about newborns and babies and like all the stuff that's going on after birth. But I know this is like gonna be different. Plus I'm a lot older, so being pregnant with twins at 47, I don't know. I feel like I'm a lot fitter now than I was when I had my daughter 9 years ago. I feel like I'm so much fitter. I've been working out consistently for the past three and a half years. Whereas before, I kind of just go in and about my life. I never did really working out or anything. I was never unfit, and I always lived a very healthy lifestyle, but I feel this, like now at 47, this is the fittest I've ever been. While at the same time, I also feel in my body that it's just not the same that it was 10 years ago. Some things are just different. Like, I don't know, like moving and like getting up sometimes, although I'm so fit, it's just different. It just feels different, and my skin is different. Like, things are just not exactly youthful anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to take care of myself, and I'm in such a luxury position to where I can take a nap pretty much whenever I want to, because I work from home and I can do my work whenever. I only have one actual appointment during the week that is like at a specific time, and anything else I could do whenever. So of course, now I'm trying to figure out, okay, I'm racing ahead. I'm trying to figure out like all the things I need to take care of, because I know that like toward the end of your pregnancy, and once babies get here, if it's 2 especially, there's no way you're gonna do anything else except take care of those babies and yourself all day long. Much more of the babies. Take care of the babies than of yourself. I mean, you have to kind of take care of yourself, but you know what I mean? It's like you're like basically you don't sleep, you like hardly have time to pee and all that, and you're trying to heal at the same time, but at the same time you're trying to take care of like 2 babies. Okay, bring it on. Like I said, bring it all on. I'm gonna give you another update about my symptoms next week. That's gonna be my 8-week update. I know it's early, but I don't know, I'm just confident. Very confident. It all looks so good, and the donors were so young. So I'm trusting that those babies are so strong. Like I've been saying to myself since I've been feeling so sick, those are some strong suckers in there. And I love calling them suckers because they will literally suck me out once they're here. So yeah, all these thoughts in my head, and we're so happy. I think Andreas is like, he's excited, but I think he's also a little bit scared. He's like, whoa, okay. Like, it hasn't sunk in yet for all of us. Now, I told our daughter yesterday, oh my goodness, she jumped around like crazy. So we're all so excited. Okay, if you have not subscribed and if you would like to follow my journey, I would love for you to connect and just to see what's gonna happen here. And if you're also on this journey of either trying to become pregnant through embryo adoption, donation, IVF, or naturally, I'd love to connect with you. Let me know in the comments, who are you, what's going on? If you've already subscribed to my channel, it's so awesome. I appreciate you so much. And sending lots of baby dust to everyone here who's just, you know, who needs it, because I got double the portion now. I'll see you soon. Bye.